For my digital cultures and communications class, we had to do a video for YouTube commenting on some unique or controversial aspects of our culture. And I chose to talk about the hookup culture in college because I myself am a college student and seem to experience a lot of people that have thoughts, feelings, and act like they're part of a hookup culture. I did a little bit of research, and it said that more than 90% of students say that they believe they live in a hookup culture per se. But only 20% of the students that live in that said culture only hook up regularly. And only one half of students will occasionally hook up. And it also said, which I found curious, that 25% of students will graduate as virgins.
Graduating college as virgins.
Now, I am kind of interested if that's true or not. Seems a little high to me, but I'm not gonna pass judgment.
Only 20% of students regularly hook up?
Yes. And one of the common misconceptions is people a lot of times think that they are part of this like hookup culture and that everybody is just hooking up, sleeping together, having sex 24 hours a day.
Crazy sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Partners, like one girl's walking out while the other one's coming in, all that kind of stuff.
Crazy.
But actually, not a whole lot of people are getting it in. It said that the median number of hookups for graduating seniors on college is 7, but that also takes into account people that they just kissed fully clothed. So that's not right.
So a hookup considers a kiss. Can be anything from a kiss to
whatever. It's a debate. Some people consider hookups as having sex. Some people consider hooking up just kissing somebody. That really depends on your own definition of it. But I think I kind of consider it having sex, or like really frisky fondling.
Frisky fondling.
Yeah.
So half of all hookups are repeats, and only 25% of students will graduate college as a virgin, as we said before.
Yeah, which I mean, I've met a few virgins here, but most of them have lost their virginity by now.
And then there's hookup, repeated hookup. That's called like a buddy, right? I mean, if you repeatedly hook up with the same person.
Friends with
benefits, maybe? I don't know.
But it also said that now that, like in this hookup culture, that people are saying that, nobody's going to be part of a relationship. But that also can be not true, because they're saying that now we just are kind of adapting, and it goes from like a one-time hookup to then a more like regular hookup, and then they become just like kind of casual, and then they have the talk.
Right.
And become a official relationship.
So almost the hookup culture is a leading step into dating then.
Yep, it would seem so. And
so if you're not hooking up, you could not be dating. It's a little bit of both.
I've yet to experience this whole hooking up leading to dating thing.
Yes.
Usually,
right.
The hooking up leading to hanging up.
So a majority of students, 70% of women and 73% of men, report that they like to have a committed relationship, but they prefer to have what is committed.
Yes, and what I found that research saying that it almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. People thinking like, I live in this college where everybody's hooking up, so what's the point of even trying to date anybody? Like, they don't want to date me, so I'm not going to put myself out there.
So I guess you could look at it as the hookup culture is also harming relationships. People aren't dating as much or aren't trying as much to find meaningful relationships.
So I found another little fact that I found kind of interesting and a little unbelievable, is that about 3/4 of college students will enter into long-term monogamous relationships while in college. Mm-hmm. Not sure what those people are.
Yes.
Raise your hand. And it also depends on what you consider long-term.
That's true. And I feel like there was a stigma that you were supposed to find your soulmate in college, that you were a college sweetheart, you get married, that's where you're supposed to find your significant others. I think more and more, I feel like that stigma doesn't pertain to us who are in college now.
Yeah, I personally plan on finding my significant other I mean, I'm not going to say that when I find it, but I would ideally can find it when I settle down and find my own groove and start working on stuff. Just because, so basically, I just kind of wanted to talk about this because I feel like it's an issue that a lot of people think about, maybe don't talk about. And I mean, obviously, like I was saying, that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that people think everybody's just out there just banging each other on the daily.
On the daily.
You know?
Getting it.
So they're like, oh, I don't want to be in a serious relationship. Why would they? But yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Well, and I think it's something that college students talk about, and something, and if you aren't talking about it, it's something you probably have either witnessed or seen or dealt with in some fashion. So it's definitely something that it's a culture, and I think it's definitely changed within our parents' generation, our generation. It'll be interesting to see what generation our children go to college in.
Yeah, I'm curious if this like starts expanding and getting like start building actually and see what goes on there. But yep. Bye.
Thank you.